What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy back with a little quick video. I'm on the way to school right now, so I figured I might as well do this while I'm driving. Crazy workout today. I chose to not run today because my legs were... Yesterday, I ran a lot. Well, I ran 3 miles as usual, but for some reason my legs were just giving me trouble. When I was sleeping, they kept hurting. So I just thought it'd be a good day to just focus on lifting, and man, was that a good idea, man. I got a crazy chest pump. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. Probably till I cut off some of my hair, well, a lot of my hair. I figured I want to rock the short style for a while. Long hair is cool and all, longer hair, but like I don't like dealing with it. I don't like messing with it, man. It was all over my eyes. I was getting pissed, and it was, I guess I look, cleaner, sharper, stronger. It makes my muscles pop a little bit more. I just look a little bit more put together, I'd say. I don't have that scruff all over my face anymore, which is apparently a good thing according to other reviewers of my current hairstyle. But yeah, life's going good. Everything's going in the right direction. I'm about to finish off school here in a couple weeks, and I guess I'll just talk about my progression into trying to become a better version. So I was 24 when I had the paradigm shift. I watched a video of me in a pool getting pushed into the pool by my brother, but I didn't fall into the pool. In fact, I fell onto the floor and I landed really bad. I mean, I was fine, but in that video, I could see myself kind of just wiggle. I was not in the best shape. I was extremely drunk. I was high, and it was in a hotel room. It was in a hotel that I used to stay at when I first moved to Peoria, back when I was like 14. We lived at that hotel for about half a year, and it was just because my dad hadn't found the right house that he wanted to purchase. So we just lived in that hotel for a while, and fast forward like 10 years, and I got a daughter now, and she likes going to the pool and swimming. And my dad got a room in that hotel for a night, and I got off work, and by the time I got back to the hotel, everybody was pretty much, well, my parents and my daughter were pretty much done, like, swimming and stuff. The pool was kind of technically closed, so I kind of missed out on enjoying some time with my daughter. So what did I think to do next is we got some food, and I had a bottle of vodka, and we had weed, and just proceeded to hang out and smoke weed and drink and just have a good time, really. It was just the three of us, my brother, my buddy, and me. And let me tell you something, man. You're 24 years old. You're supposed to be having a great time. You're supposed to be enjoying your youth. You're supposed to be, just living it up, having good experiences and crazy times. But let me tell you, man, I felt terrible. I felt like shit. Like a month prior, I had gotten fired from a previous job. So I had a new job, and not too long before that, the first paycheck or money that I made at the job, I blew it all in one night at the bar. It was just, round of shots, round of Patron, and I ended up driving my friend's car drunk back home. And it was crazy because the next day I'm asking him, like, dude, why the fuck did you drive? Why did you drive, man? Like, you were drunk as hell. And he's like, bro, I didn't drive, you drove. And that kind of hit me a bit, I'm thinking, damn, what the hell is going on? So, you know, at the end of the day, I had a drinking problem. I developed a habitual need to drink and get as drunk as possible and completely intoxicated. I would just get hammered on pretty much on a daily basis. So that's where a lot of my money was going towards. I was, you know, gaining enough where I still saw progression in my bank account, you know, upwards. I still had the momentum, but it was gonna be nowhere near as fast as I wanted it to be. I think there was like a click. It was a click in me. It was a shift. It was the moment after the pool thing, the next day, man. You know what? I hadn't gotten fired by then. It was like probably a couple weeks after that I got fired, and then I had to end up getting a job later on. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah. But you know, I got my dates a little bit mixed up. But anyways, point is, moral is, I asked my buddy to hang out. Hey man, what's up? How you doing? And he said, you know, not much. And I asked him, hey, you still got that bottle of vodka? And well, he did. So I went to his house, and it was, you know, it was like $10 big whole thing of vodka, man. It's gross vodka, man. And I went to his house, and I just sat there, and I just had the bottle in my hand, and I was drinking it, and I was thinking, what the hell am I doing with myself? My 25th birthday is coming up, and you know, in a couple months, and I had nothing to show for myself, man. I could not present myself to anybody that I would have met in high school or anything. I couldn't do anything. I was embarrassed of being myself. I was a failure. I had so many unfinished projects, so many lost opportunities. I was broke. I was a drunk. My parents didn't really like me, but they just felt pity for me. I had a bad relationship with my daughter because I just wanted to get drunk, and whenever I was with her, I was just hungover or tired, and I didn't want to really do anything. So my life was just, you know, it was slipping through my fingers, man. And I understand a lot of, you know, not everybody's the same, but that was how it was like for me. So I just quit. I quit. I still remember the date. I think it was February 27th. So I'm coming up on 2.5 years of no drinking. I'm turning 27 here in a couple months. So, you know, I'm trying to gain as much momentum as possible. So yeah, I just took a big hard look at my life, you know, where I live, my car. I like my car, you know, it's probably honestly the best thing about me, my car. I looked at my bank account, I looked at my relationships, and where I was in life. Dude, I was at the bottom. I was at the complete bottom. And then it got even worse. I can't remember my dates accurately, man, to be honest with you. But I remember that it was around that time. Yeah, I got fired, and I got a new job, and it was all just a mess. You know, dates kind of mixing together at some point. But yeah, so I told myself, I had a breakfast with my dad, and I asked him, you know, what do you think I should do? You know, I don't really know what to do. You know, I love music and everything, but the whole aspect of me like losing hair and such, it kind of destroyed my ambitions for becoming more music focused. I mean, my real dream was to be a manga artist or a rock star, but really mostly a rock star. That's what I wanted to, man, since I was young. That's what I always envisioned myself. That's why I kind of started down the path of hedonism so early, thinking like, this is what rock stars do. I need to live that life. I need to become what I want to be. So I didn't really think that, you know, a lot of these people fucking died from being, you know, drug addicted. Kurt Cobain, I mean, just killed himself. I mean, it's just, I was looking at the wrong inspirations. And you know, in the whole music world, it's kind of hard to find inspirations if you're trying to, like, you know, have a narrow path. So I found a band that I could relate to that was in that same journey as me, was Citizen. Matt Karakis, whom I met not too long ago at a show of his. I love Citizen. That's one of my favorite bands. And the singer, Matt Karakis, he's like, he doesn't do drugs or anything, as far as I know. You know, I mean, that's what they claim, right? And the dude is super jacked. I think he had an extremely hot wife. I don't know if they're divorced now, because last time I looked at his Instagram, a lot of their pictures were down. But you know, for the first time, I found like an adequate role model, somebody that I wanted to strive to be like. And I noticed, I was like, you could be a successful musician and still have a good life and not be on drugs or, you know, drunk all the time, you know. What was I getting to with this? Well, yeah, so I just found somebody that I could potentially be like. And I also saw, when I was looking through their website, one of their previous guitarists, he had a website. He's a software engineer. So then I also saw, like, yo, you could also be like, you know, you could be a musician and you could be an engineer. And then the guy from The Offspring, he's got like a degree in something biology, molecular biology, I think. And I'm thinking, dude, I could be an intellectual, a rock star, a musician, all at the same time. So why the hell didn't I do that? That pretty much fulfills everything I've always wanted to do. Because I always knew I was smart, you know? I just didn't know, like, how to, like, portray that, you know? I was meant for something more. So, you know, I had a sit down breakfast with my dad, and I just told him, Dad, I really just don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm you know, I'm sober. It's just, you know, what the hell? You know, give me your opinion. What do you think I should do? And he just said, you know, I don't know. But I told him, hey, man, I'm thinking about doing this whole engineering thing. And he said, go for it, you know. And yeah, well, here I am. So I got to go back to class. Peace.